What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Just got done watching the Showtime press conference for the fights that are coming up this weekend. And I got to tell you, man, Adrien Broner in a press conference never, ever ceases to entertain, man. That dude is worth watching just by himself, man. I swear to goodness, man. He went off on Leonard Ellerbe, the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, like they were just standing on the street corner, man. This dude has no filter. He is absolutely off in the world all by himself, man. And then the other fights, the other people that talk saw some other interesting things in that, man. So we'll get to that. Also, there was another quote that Jesse Vargas didn't say at the press conference, but he talked about trying to get a knockout of Adrien Broner. I don't see that happening, man, but it's worth talking about. The fight's going to be on this weekend. Man, I'm telling you, even from the Showtime, they're going to live stream. They're going to live stream on I think on YouTube, or it might be on the streaming service for Showtime. The fight between Nonito Donaire and Frampton. So I am really, really looking forward to that, man. Before I do, let me thank everybody that attends the live streams. Also, you guys that donate to the Super Chat, man, much, much appreciated. And the cats that donated on Venmo, thank you very much, man. We're definitely trying to grow this channel to help with the cause that we raise money for. And but I would also hope that people that listen to this video, that you would attend the live stream regardless, because that's where we really get a lot of very, very good conversations with boxers, with boxing fans, also some professional amateur fighters, fathers of amateur fighters, trainers, and just people that are really love the sport of boxing and have done so for a lot of years. So I hope that you accept my invitation to attend the live stream. And again, the best way to know about it is to hit the bell icon and subscribe. So yeah. Now on to this, man. We know the fight that's coming up this weekend the main event is going to be Adrien Broner versus Jesse Vargas. The second to last fight is going to be Centino versus Jamaal Charlo. And then the fight that I'm really looking forward to is Gervonta Davis versus Jesus Cuellar. Now, everything was going in the press conference was going as usual business, man. But then you see that you keep, man, my God, man. Adrien Broner is sitting there just dancing. I mean, in his seat, dancing, doing all kind of dance moves with his headphones on. Everybody else got, for the most part, with the exception of Tank Davis, but even Tank Davis is in black. These he just acts such a fool, man. He's such a fool, man. Such a clown, man. And I'm honestly, man, I don't even mind it at this point, because I got to tell you, man, when he said that the press conference was garbage and boring. Now I've said in 1,000 business meetings, man, and I'm like, yeah. It is. It's pretty cut and dry. Everybody's just saying what they want to do and going all about, going on to their business, about their business. But Adrien Broner makes it a show, man. So when he starts going off and he calls Leonard Ellerbe itch igga, a B ass N word, it is damn right in his face. And Leonard Ellerbe's like, man, you're not going to disrespect me like that. He's like, man, yeah, I am going to disrespect you like that. What you about to do? And then the first Brian Custer asks him to answer a question, and he takes his headphones off and sets his headphone on the microphone so everybody in the place can hear what he's listening to. What an entertainer, man. I got to tell you, man, what an entertainer. That was worth watching. Hey, man, just like Ludabella said, half the people are going to want to watch him because, they like him. Other people are going to watch because they want to see his head get knocked off. And I could tell what side of the table Ludabella was on. He was on, I want to see this dude's head get knocked off his shoulder, man. So it's, Jesse Vargas was there, in his very nice, clean cut suit with some black gloves on. Thought that was a little bit theatrical, but it is what it is with that, man. When AB is gone, man, I'm gonna miss him. I gotta tell you, man. I hope he wins this fight. I don't know if he's gonna win the fight, but I hope he wins the fight, man. I hope he does. Because if he doesn't, then we're gonna have to sit there and have, very what do you call it? Choreographed aggression from Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas tried to mean mug him and tried to get, man. Adrien Broner was just dancing with his sunglasses on, with his headphones on, and it's like Jesse Vargas is like, man, what is this? This is like a little autistic child, man. That's what he looked like, man. I don't know if you guys have ever been into like classrooms where they have kids who are autistic or kids who just have, they're just a little bit different, man. The kids are just, a little bit different. Where they come, I think my wife calls it, they have IEPs. Oh my goodness, man. That's Adrien Broner, man. Oh man, I love him. I gotta tell you, man. There's been so much. Adrien Broner's given so much comedy to the boxing world since he came on the scene that on the real, man, if nothing else, I'm really happy to be able to watch this dude act a damn fool and watch everybody else him squirm around uncomfortable. The dude's hilarious, man. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, I really enjoyed that, man. I hope you guys, if you guys have not had a chance to see that, go watch that. Go watch the replay on Showtime's YouTube channel and just watch Adrien Broner from the start of the press conference, man. Every time somebody's talking, Steven Espinoza's talking. Steven Espinoza's looking over him like, yeah, we see him with his headphones on, like trying to give him a hint. Can you take your headphones off? Then Lou DiBella's looking at him like trying to talk and trying to promote the fight. But Adrien Broner's not at all playing along. And then the same thing happened with Leonard Ellerbe. And then after that, poor Hugo Centeno is trying to give his speech, and he had the misfortune of having to sit right next to Adrien Broner while Adrien Broner is dancing and doing. Now that is not trying to be Floyd Mayweather, man. That is not trying to be Floyd Mayweather. For so long, man, people were like, AB's trying to be like Floyd. He's trying to be like Floyd. Nah, man, I think he's trying to be like Ricardo Mayorga, man. He got a little Ricardo Mayorga in him, man. Where you like, did this dude take too many punches to the head? Because he just seems so out of it, man. Just so different. But, man, it was priceless to hear Gervonta Davis go at it with Leonard Ellerbe, and Leonard Ellerbe just lost his cool. Like, man, you're not about to sit up here and disrespect me. He's like, yeah, I am. You bitch. You bitch. Loved it, man. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that are saying, hey, he's a joke. Anthony Joshua is a joke. But Adrien Broner is a joke. Adrien Broner is Adrien Broner is a joke. Adrien Broner is somebody that is just it's just somebody that's a clown, man, and needs to go, ruined his, didn't reach his full potential, didn't do all that, man. But I'm a believer, man. I love boxing, man. I love boxing as a spectacle, man. I love boxing as a spectacle. I love what goes on in the ring. I love what's going on outside the ring. I like the negotiations that go into fights. I enjoy talking about the IBF and what the IBF's doing is, with allowing Gennady Golovkin to get out of fighting his mandatory and Deverenchenko, all the craziness that even Eddie Hearn, man, is a joke to me that I get. He is like my man 78 Sports TV said, Eddie Hearn is a gift that keeps on giving. You just got to sit and listen to this dude long enough and you will find 4 or 5 nice little gems where you can point out, dang, he lied, but that was a good lie. That's a talented liar right there. We know he's a liar, but that's a talented liar. All of that stuff that goes around boxing, man, for me, being a God, man, a 40-year. I'm almost a 40-year fan of boxing. And of all the people that I've seen in boxing, I am maybe, but on that stage, only Adrien Broner. Maybe Johnny Tapia. Johnny Tapia was that kind of dude, just kind of off his rocker type of cat. But that's Adrien Broner, man. You gotta love it, man. Or you don't love it, but I love it. And I'm certainly hoping. Before I was thinking, I saw the face off, and the face off, he looks so much. He does look a lot smaller than Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas looks like a head taller. He doesn't look as thick and as muscular as Gervonta Davis is, but he's got a significant size advantage. He's got a significant reach advantage. And Adrien Broner is going to have to get out of his comfort zone in order to beat Jesse Vargas. But though on the real, people that act like Jesse Vargas is a world beater, I don't understand it, man. I do not think Jesse Vargas is on the level of the guys that have beaten Adrien Broner. And that was something funny too, man. Adrien Broner brought up the point where he's like, look, you got to keep talking about who I'm losing to. Every time this dude, talking about Jesse Vargas, every time he stepped up, he's failed. He stepped up against Timothy Bradley, that lost. He stepped up against Manny Pacquiao and lost. So, I don't want to hear about me. What about him? Who is he? You know what I mean? Like, what has he done when he stepped up? And he made a good point about it, and I made another video about that. But, all is still, all that is fine and good. The only intangible here that I think is an advantage for Adrien Broner is that Mayweather Promotions is pulling for Jesse Vargas, because they got God dog, man. Their fighters wind up getting these real close fights, and they don't always get the decisions. So anyway, man, it is what it is on that. Jesse Vargas, though, said, as far as the Jesse Vargas portion of this, Jesse Vargas said something last week that, I don't see happening, but, that's just what I see. He says, Vargas is confident he can do what others couldn't. I believe that if I find the right spot, the right moment, the right punch, and land right on the chin, that he'll go down. I think there's a big possibility that he'll go down, but I'm focused to fight a 12-round fight, whether it's by knockout or decision. I'm coming out with a victory, says Vargas. He believes he will come out with a victory because he has the right mindset and doesn't try to cut corners in training camp. I have a better ethic. I know what I want. I am focused and determined. I prepared myself for victory and have stayed away from any type of distractions. The focus I have, plus the strength and speed, but the biggest thing I would say is my mental focus and this man right here. So, yeah, he's seeming very confident. He's seeming real confident in the interview that he did with Fight Hype earlier. Came out today. Shout out to Fight Hype. They gave an interview. They actually aired an interview, I think, that took place yesterday with Jesse Vargas. And Jesse Vargas seemed very, very relaxed, like, he didn't have a care in the world. And, hey, man, that's the attitude I think you get when you've been, this is not his first, this is not his first trip to the rodeo, He definitely, he fought Tim Bradley, he fought Manny Pacquiao, and those are two big fights. I think that besides the Tim Bradley fight, though, I have a suspicion that this is probably his biggest fight. Even though it's not for a belt, but because it's headlining a card on Showtime against Adrien Broner, that one of the guys that get the best numbers of any guy that's not on a non-pay-per-view. This is a big fight for him. But I expect him to come in there prepared, come in there ready to go. But like I said, man, if Adrien Broner loses this, man, it would be a shame. It'd be a shame for me. Because I don't know when the next time that I'm going to be able to watch a press conference and be that entertained. If you just think, man, I was on the Showtime live stream on YouTube. And when he started talking, man, you should have seen the comment section just explode with LOLs. He's crazy. I mean, it was just like there's maybe 3,000 people on there, and they just the comment section just went like everybody started typing and laughing at the same time, man. Now whether they were laughing, whether they were laughing at him or laughing with him, I can't say. I was laughing with him because I got to believe that this dude knows exactly what he's doing and that he is just dead set on being the master of being the center of attention, man. That's what he is. He's the master. He's a master of being the center of attention, man. No matter what anybody else was doing on that stage or talking about at that time, dude, he made sure that focus stayed on him that entire press conference, man. And you could tell it was bugging everybody else on stage. So, hey, man, and it is what it is, man. So, but as far as the other two fights, man, I wanted to make comments about the other two fights before I wrap this up. Charlo, Santino had said something, man, and I think this young man's about to get beat up for saying it. Not like he wasn't going to get beat up anyway. He was going to get beat up regardless. But I don't know if you guys remember, there was a Instagram argument that Jamaal Charlo had with Tank Davis, where he said he would pick him up by his nostrils. Real funny, dude. But Santino had stated that, he felt that that Jamaal Charlo was drinking that he might have been drinking in training camp and might not have been focused. So, and then, because his name he wasn't as well known as other people, and he really didn't have the opportunity to, fight on big stages before, that people were underestimating him. I didn't do a video about it because I didn't want to give too much credence to that conversation. But in short, man, I just think that Jamaal Charlo was tired. That seemed like at the end of the day, the cat's working out like a fiend. And he just seemed like he was, like he was about 10 minutes from hitting the sack. And, it pretty much just worked himself to exhaustion. That's what it looked like to me. Because sometimes when you're tired, you can seem a little drunk. But in that interview, in that Instagram post, he was responding to people talking. He's like, man, drunk? I ain't drunk. I'm in training camp, fool. How am I going to be drunk in training camp? So he didn't try to strike me as drunk, but Santino did say something about that. And I'm sure he's going to try to hold on to, whatever he can hold on to, to make that, he'll hold on to whatever he can hold on to, take whatever type of advantage he can take, any type of mental edge that he can take, he's going to try to take. And, that's what he's supposed to do. But I think of the three fights that are going on, the one that's probably the least in question is going to be Jamaal Charlo versus Santino. I kind of see Jamaal Charlo doing what he wants to do to Santino, and I would be shocked. I'd be shocked if Santino went the distance. I think that's almost not worth doing much of a video about, man. That's a fight where that's almost on par with from what I can see, almost on par with the Errol Spence Jr. Carlos Ocampo fight coming up in Dallas in June. That seems to me to be like that level of fight. And what I'm really looking for Jamaal Charlo is I'm looking forward to seeing him get to the point where he can fight, Gennady Golovkin. But, I talked to, a good friend of mine, man, that's on the channel all the time. I won't give his name, but, very well connected and a very passionate boxing fan. Just was talking about how Abel Sanchez, when he was on Dante's Boxing Nation, just acting like that fight's not going to happen. So I think that everybody pretty much in the 160-pound division is going to have to wait for him to retire, Triple G to retire, and then, maybe something can happen from there. And then finally, Tank Davis looks like he's going to make weight, man. I would be shocked if he wasn't on weight. He looked very, very, he looked like significantly smaller in the face than he had looked. I don't want to say he looked drained, but he absolutely looked, he doesn't seem like he's going to have much problem with making weight. Comparing to how he looked in the press conferences the days before his last couple fights, he looks significantly more I don't want to see. He doesn't quite look drawn because I only looked at his face, but I think he'll make weight, and I'm looking forward to that as well. And with that, I'm out. Peace.